Hello BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. We're a day late today, friends. Today is Tuesday. It is July the 19th, and it is almost 5 o'clock at night, so we're really late for when I would normally start these vlogs. I feel like this is really late, but reality, it's not that big a deal. Not much has changed over the last few days in terms of my reading. So, I did not get to sit down and talk to you guys yesterday. I think I mentioned at the tail end of my last vlog that I joined the gym, and I was there yesterday morning, and then I came home, quickly got showered, dressed, headed out to the office because I had to go into the office yesterday. And then by the time I got home, I was really busy yesterday. Mondays tend to be super busy. Tuesdays tend to be just as busy, but I'm taking like a 10-minute break right now to talk to you guys, to say hi before I forget. Last night were some reading sprints, so yeah. I haven't had a lot of reading time over the last few days. This weekend was like, because I do keep track day to day how much I'm actually reading. And when I look back at the weekend, I did not read very much this weekend at all. So it is what it is, though. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. But I thought I would share with you what I am currently reading, get the vlog started. As usual, if you want to just jump ahead to any of the reviews that I'm going to end up doing this week, any of the books that I talk about, please go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps to jump ahead to those reviews. So yeah, so this week is going to be a pretty standard week for me anyway. Like I said, yesterday was busy. Today is busy as well. Like I said, I'm taking about a 10-minute break right now to talk to you guys. Tomorrow I'm actually off work because I have an MRI in the morning, in the very early morning down at the hospital. I actually have to be at the hospital tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. So I have to be downtown to have this MRI. I think the MRI itself is at 5:30, but they ask you to be there like a half an hour early. So I'm going to have to leave my house at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that tomorrow. So I booked the day off of work. I thought, I don't normally start work till 11. I'll probably be home around 7, 8 is probably going to be really, but you know what I mean? And I could probably sleep for a couple of hours, work from home, and then log in. But I just thought, you know what? I just want to take the day off and just chillax after it. An MRI is not difficult. This one's going to be pretty straightforward. It's just on my abdomen. They're just making sure everything is tickety-boo, no big problems. But I'm using a vacation day for it, so whatever. That's my prerogative, right, guys? So that's the big news for tomorrow. But I am going to be home from work tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to having a day with nothing to do so I can get a lot of reading done, I'm hoping. Plus the drive in and out of the hospital or in and out of downtown Toronto will be great to get some audiobook listening time in. So yay on that one. But yeah, so that's about it. I don't really think I have much else to share. The rest of the week's going to be pretty straightforward. This weekend, nothing major planned. Oh yeah, my wedding anniversary is on Sunday, but 12 years, whatever. It is what it is. So what am I currently reading, my friends? So on audio, I am still listening to Lending a Paw by Laurie Cass. I'm 80-something% of the way through this. I want to finish it today. That's my goal, is to finish this book today because I want to start another audiobook tomorrow. So I am currently listening to that one on audio. Not going to talk too much about it. It's the first book in the Cat Bookmobile mystery series or something like that, so I'll talk about it tomorrow when I get it done. I am also currently reading Colton's Dangerous Liaison by Regan Black. This is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel. All these books I've been reading for far too long. Like, that's the way it feels to me. Like, I finished a whole bunch of stuff last Thursday, and then I started new stuff, and I haven't finished any of it yet. So I am reading this one. So this is the first book in the Coltons of Grave Gulch series, and in this book, the book opens up at our main character Melissa at her cousin's wedding, and another cousin's little boy was kidnapped. So he, Antonio, is the owner of the hotel that this wedding is taking place at. And he doesn't have the greatest history with the police department in Grave Gulch, which is a very small town in Michigan. And, you know, she's the chief of police. He doesn't have a good relationship with the police department because he was falsely accused of a crime. He still doesn't think that they got the right person. These things are kind of happening. So at the point I'm at now, I'm about, how far am I through this? I cannot remember. I want to say 30 or 40% of the way through this one right now. I am 40% of the way through this one. So, they found the little boy, spoiler alert, but now they're kind of dealing with this stuff happening with the crime that he was falsely accused of. So the story is going to go from there. So yeah, so I am reading that one. And when you're reading books and you're not getting through books, and not that you're not enjoying them, but you're just not reading as quickly as you'd like, what is it that you do? You start a new book, because that's what people do. So I started over the weekend. Was it over the weekend? Sunday. I started reading The Willful Lady by Eva Rutland. So if you watch my channel this week, the week that just passed, the video actually went up today. It's on Tuesday. The video went up today. I did an author spotlight on this author because I read up on her and she is absolutely flippin' fascinating. So I am really enjoying this so far. It's a Regency romance. It's part of the Harlequin Regency romance line. The cover is one of my favorites of all time. I've talked about this book before. So in this book, our main character, whose name is Amelia, is the daughter of a painter, and her mother passed away and her father is remarried, and she is living back in London. Now, they're not of the nobility or anything like that. Like I said, her father's a painter, but they're kind of let into some of those circles. Excuse me. I guess they had the wrong number. They're let into some of those circles because her father is a painter, and he, paints a lot of these very noble people. So she goes sometimes to balls and things. She meets this guy who's a duke, and he fancies her. He thinks she's very, very pretty. So he propositions her to be his mistress. And she pretty much tells him like where he can shove it. And then the story's going to go from there. So this scene that plays out on the front of the book has already happened, and we're only 2 chapters in. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. I will report back. I'm not in a huge rush to finish this one. This is kind of one of those that I'm like reading a chapter before bed at night, which is kind of nice. So no big rush to finish this one, but I am enjoying it so far. So anyway, guys, that's it. Like I said, 10-minute quick to sit down and talk to you guys. Welcome you to the vlog. Let's get this week going, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Morning, BookTube. It is 4:02 a.m. and I'm in the car, and I am driving to my appointment, and it is pitch black out. I have to drive all the way into downtown Toronto. It's gonna take me a good half an hour to an hour, probably closer to an hour to get downtown. I don't like taking the highway if I can avoid it because for several reasons. I always find it's way too busy, but like this time in the morning it's probably not gonna be. But the thing is that it's dark, and I'm being realistic, and my night vision is not what it used to be. Plus the fact I literally just woke up. So yeah, we're gonna just take the surface routes and not take the highway this morning. But I'm just getting out of my neighborhood. I will report back to you guys once I am done my appointment and stuff like that. I looked it up last night, and I didn't realize that they said that an MRI can take over an hour to do. And I'm like, I know a cardiac one takes a while because I've had that done a couple times. But for some reason, I thought an abdominal one was like way quicker, but guess not. Anyway, guys, I am on the main big road. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi, friends. It is 5:30 in the morning, and I am leaving the hospital. Not because the MRI is done, but because the MRI wasn't done at all. And why wasn't it done? Because I have a pacemaker. I am annoyed. I'm happy in one aspect because I was really nervous about it, and I was really nervous about it because of the pacemaker. I was thinking last night, I'm like, I don't think you can get an MRI with a pacemaker. But I'm like, my cardiologist wanted me to have this. They booked it. Clearly it's something I can have done. They know what they're doing. But this part of me was still super nervous. So I get in there, and the girl reads my sheet that you have to fill out to blah, blah, blah. She's like, you can't get this with a pacemaker. She says it's under very special circumstances. A cardiologist has to be present, blah, 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 blah. You have to stay. They have to see you at the clinic afterward. It's done during the day, not on the off hours like this one. And I'm like, I'm sorry for wasting your time. She's like, I'm sorry that your time was wasted. So, guys, I'm going home, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook on the way home, and I've got the whole rest of the day off. So, I'm awake now. Lots of reading. I might nap this afternoon, but we shall see. But I'll update you guys later today. Bye, guys. Morning booktube. Happy Friday. Worst vlog ever. So essentially, like, it's been a week for sure. I did not record anything on Monday. You guys did not hear from me until Tuesday when I did a clip. And then on Wednesday, I had that quick little couple clips when I was going off to the hospital for my non-MRI and explaining about the non-MRI. And then I have not updated you guys since. So to be truthful, I've finished one book this week. It's been, I know someone joked in the comments when I was in a live show last week, because I finished like 3 books in a day. And somebody's like, now you're not going to finish anything for like ever. And I'm like, you jinxed me, because I haven't. I finished one book. The problem is that I've been so busy at work and just in general that reading has not been a priority. But it's only been a few days and I miss it terribly. I want to read. I just do not have a lot of time, and that's the problem. And then this week, again, I've talked about this before in my vlogs. I am very, very, very much a creature of habit. If you mess with my, my schedule or what normally happens, it throws me off. And Wednesday threw me off, having to go down to the hospital that day for that appointment, being up so early. Like on the way to the hospital, I was super nervous about this whole thing, even though I've had an MRI before. So I did not listen to my audiobook because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to concentrate on it. And then coming home, I was fine. So I listened to it on the way home because I was much more relaxed and annoyed, but relaxed. But yeah, so that threw me off. And then I've been in the office pretty much every day this week. I was in Monday, Tuesday, then I had to do the drive downtown on Wednesday, and then in the office again yesterday. So I did get a lot of audiobook listening on my drives in and out, but not nearly as much as I wanted to. And then at work itself, we've been pretty steady. Like, it's not been crazy busy, but it's been really steady. But today I'm working from home. I have the entire weekend with nothing to do. I'm really looking forward to getting a ton of reading done. And part of my problem is that when I'm not picking anything up, like the one book I'm reading, I'm not loving it. I'm more than halfway through it. I just need to finish it. It's not a long book. But it's when you're not, like, you start picking up all the things, guys. I now currently have 6 books that I'm currently reading. If you go on my currently reading page on Goodreads, well, you'll see like 6 books. So one of them, of course, I'm not going to share with you guys because that's my vlog project that will be coming next week. Those books I have not been reading either. Like, I haven't been getting to those. So that one, I'm not going to get to all the books, which is fine, but I'd like to get to at least 5 or 6 of them. That's my hope. So we shall see how that turns out. But yeah, so it's a thing. But I did finish one book, so I'm going to share that one book with you guys, share my review, and then I'm going to share with you all the books that I'm currently reading. And then I'm going to talk about kind of a plan I have this weekend. And the plan may turn into kind of a readathon going forward, kind of a throwback to something else I used to do. So let me start off with the book that I finished. So on, was it Wednesday? I finished reading, I don't even remember anymore. I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday. I finished Lending a Paw by Laurie, which is the first book in the Cat Bookmobile mystery series, cozy mystery series. I thought this one was super cute. I gave it 4 stars. So in it, our main character, whose name is escaping me now. Gosh, this is what happens when you finish a book like 3 days ago and you can't remember. It starts with an M, I think. I'll be right back. I was right. It did start with an M. It's Minnie, and the cat's name is Eddie. I remembered Eddie because of the TV show Frasier, and Martin's dog's name was Eddie, and I love the name Eddie for an animal. I kind of now want a cat or a dog and name them Eddie.
Daphne, get that hat off him. Isn't it bad enough we had him neutered?
Look, the way things are going, I don't think I'm going to have children. Just let me dress up the dog.
So Minnie is the bookmobile driver. She kind of had to finagle her way with the library to get this bookmobile for a lot of the underlying outside counties in their area. This is, I think it takes place in Michigan, like maybe in the Upper Peninsula area, I guess. A little bit more rural Michigan, I guess. I think it's Michigan. Anyway, so on the inaugural run of the bookmobile, she stumbles across a dead body, and the dead body happens to be that of the man who donated the money to get the bookmobile in the first place. And he actually left a good portion of his, like, massive fortune to the library. So the police are suspecting not library patrons, but a couple of people who might work at the library of doing this just to get the money, kind of an idea. There's a whole bunch of different suspects. It was really good. I liked the cat a lot. I liked the relationship between Minnie and Eddie. He is a stray who she picked up and she's had for a little while. And he kind of sneaks his way onto the bookmobile. In a way, he reminds me a bit of Coco from the Cat Who mystery series by Lillian Jackson Braun. That was out a gazillion years ago. It's the first cozy mystery series I ever read. It was started in the 1960s and ended sometime in the 90s. The last few books were horrible. Do not read them. As a huge fan of that series, do not read the last few books in the series. They were ghostwritten by someone else and they are horrific. But the original books in the Cat Who series are quite fun. And it's about a man and his two cats. And the one cat is like, not that he has like special powers, but he kind of like knows like what, and he helps with the case. I found Eddie very similar to that. Like, Eddie was like kind of pushing Minnie in certain directions and, warning her and stuff like that of stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I gave it 4 stars. I know it's not a lot of people's favorite, but I am looking forward to continuing on with the series. The covers are super cute. I love like the town and the library, other people who work at the library. I really like Minnie as a character. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more in this series, and I enjoyed this one very much. So what am I currently reading? I am currently reading all of the things. So we'll start off with my audiobook. I'm currently listening to on audio Off the Chain by Janice Thompson or Tomlin. The cover will be right here. I'm halfway through this, guys, and I am not loving this one. I have seen mixed reviews on this. I have not been reading the reviews. I'm like, no, but I know that there are some people who did not like this one, and I can kind of see why. I'm not loving our main character. There's kind of a lot of really weird things that are happening. So the whole plot of this book is that our main character, again, whose name is escaping me, Marigold, so they call her Mary. She is a veterinary technician, which I really like the fact that that's her job and that she works at a vet's office and blah, blah, blah. And she wants to open this like dog rescue. So she wants to rescue dogs and rehabilitate them and find them their forever homes. She has her starry eyes on the veterinarian who she works for. And we're halfway through the book, and the big crime that has been committed at this point was that someone attempted to break in, or they smashed the front windows of the veterinarian's office and wrote the word murderer on the wall, which is very scary, don't get me wrong, but there's been no murder. That's been the crime. Now, I'm the first one to say that I would love to see more non-murders in cozy mysteries because, towns like Eden Lake, where the infamous Hannah Swenson series by Joanna Fluke takes place, which is up to like 35 books now. There's a murder in every book. It's like per capita, like the murder capital of the US or something. So I'd like to see less murders and more like crimes, but I just feel like for a crime, it's not very crime-ish. I don't know. It doesn't seem to warrant an entire book, someone attempting to break into. Now, there's also something going on with one of the other technicians at this veterinarian's office who her boyfriend is a stalker, which is very scary. So that's, proceed with caution. Anyone who has been in or knows someone, be cautious reading this one. Kind of, I don't like to use the term trigger warning, but you know what I mean. And not that I don't think there's any validation to the term trigger warning. I just think I tend to find it's thrown around quite a bit. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So, but that one I can definitely see it because it does deal with domestic abuse. That's kind of a biggie. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of that too. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the main character. And also, and this is not something that I'm not enjoying about the book, but I wish I had known going in. This is a inspirational cozy mystery. This is Christian-based. This is faith-based. And I mean, that's fine. But again, I didn't know that. and it's kind of it's not what I expect in a cozy. Does that make sense? If I had known going in, I could have kind of been like, all right, gotten in the mental space that this is going to be religious. But I didn't know that. So for anyone else who may or may not want to read this one, okay, hoping to get this done today or tomorrow. So you'll get my full thoughts in the next day or so. Now, what else am I currently reading? So the other book that I've been reading like since last week, and I just need to get this done. I think this is part of what's kind of like, it's like the one book that I'm still reading that's kind of like holding everything else back. I don't know, but it's Colton's Dangerous Liaison by Regan Black. There's the cover, and I am more than halfway through this one. I'm at 60%. I just need to get this done. Hopefully today or tomorrow again. Those are my goals for the next couple of days, is Off the Chain and this book. The rest of them that I'm currently reading will get done when they get done, but I feel like I want to get those two done because neither one of them am I particularly loving. I don't hate either of them, not enough to DNF them at this point. But if I'm still reading this one, like as of Sunday, I don't care. I don't care if I'm at 85%. I might just DNF it at that point. But I don't want to do that. I really don't like DNFing or do not finishing books, for those of you who don't know what that means. But yeah, I'll get into this one. The thing is, I think about this one is that there's no romance in this one. And for romantic suspense, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I've described the difference between the intrigue and the romantic suspense. The romantic suspense books, they have like the suspenseful element that's happening, but the romance is front and center. There's been no romance. I mean, they're flirting with each other, but we're 60% of the way through the book, you guys, and nothing has happened, romantically speaking. There's been a ton of action, a ton of like suspense stuff, but no romance. And I think that's what might be throwing me off for this one, as I'm expecting a romantic suspense, not a suspenseful romance. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, currently reading this one. So yesterday I started picking up all the things because that's the kind of mood that I was in. That does not go in there. All my book sleeves, guys. All my book sleeves that I use for digital stuff. So, that's charging. It's for my Kindle, which I have a book to show you on that too. I did decide to go ahead and start Always Be My Duchess by Emil Howard. I am 2 chapters into this one. This is the book that is the retelling, the Regency retelling of Pretty Woman, and so far I'm really liking it. So we're 2 chapters in. Our main character, he's a duke. He runs into this woman who is a she's a ballerina, and she was, I think, the mistress to some guy, some bigwig. And she's now living in the Covent Garden area, which is a very downtrodden area in London. And, she has a sick sister. She's trying to make money so she can go back to Paris, which is where she's from, so she can take care of her sick sister. So anyway, this duke runs into her, and she actually saves him from these hooligans who are trying to rob him. So they end up jumping into a hackney cab or whatever and going back towards Mayfair, which is, of course, where he's from. And he thinks she's very pretty. He knows, like, she's a ballerina actress, so she can play a role. So he asks her if she would be his, like, girlfriend, betrothed, lady on his arm for one night while he attends a ball the next evening. So she agrees. We're at the point now she's agreed, but she will come back and see him the next day. Very much following the plot of Pretty Woman. Like, if you guys have seen the movie Pretty Woman, you know that Richard Gere, to Julia Roberts, like, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend for one evening for this big party. Like, he's trying to win over a client. And it's very similar with this book. Like, he's trying to win over this guy to buy this estate. And the person who's selling the estate doesn't want to sell it to somebody unless the guy's a family man. So showing him that, look, I'm going to get married. Here's my betrothed. We're going to have a bunch of kids and fill up the estate, sell it to me. And then later on be like, oh, we broke up. Like, that's his plan, I guess, right? Very, very similar to the plot of Pretty Woman. So she agrees, and we're going to go from there. So far, I am really enjoying this one. I'm so glad. Like I said, I was just kind of like, I didn't feel like picking up the audiobook yesterday. I didn't feel like picking up the Harlequin book yesterday. So I'm just like, let's pick up something else. And this is what it was. So I am really, really enjoying this one. And I am reading this as an e-arc copy on my Kobo. And then I was like, let's read a little mystery too. because I felt like I wanted to finish something. And guys, I read this for 20 minutes yesterday and I'm almost done. Give me another half an hour, 45 minutes, this will be done. So I should finish this today. This is Wings of Fear by Carolyn Keene. This is the 13th book in the Nancy Drew Case Files series. The series that comes out in the 80s, or came out in the 80s, excuse me. These are the ones that I remember reading when I was younger. And it's funny because in the book, this exact outfit that she's wearing is described. That when she packs, she's like her checkered pants and her big magenta cardigan. And I'm like, oh, that's the the outfit on the front cover. So there's something going on at an airport. One of the guys who works there has been murdered. They think he's been murdered. His car went off the side of a cliff. Co-workers believe he's been murdered. There may be a smuggling situation going on. The thing that I get a kick out of, and I showed this to Garrett last night, is that this guy here on the cover, he looks mighty happy, does he not? And considering right above his head there's a plane about to crash to the ground. The covers of these books are so cheesy, and I love it. I'm here for it. So yeah, I should finish that one today. And then, sorry, I have this plugged in because I was charging it. We have, oh good, it's charged. I'm going to start this one today just because I'm in the mood for a thriller. The Lost Ones by Marnie Riches. So this is actually a KU book, but I did get it from the publisher as an e-arc. It came out earlier this month. Came out in June or July. I can't remember. Might have been June. I don't know what this is about. It's the first book in the Detective Jackie Cook series. Again, it's on It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's also on Audible. But I'm going to read it on my Kindle because I do want to utilize this. And I do have the Alexa app now that will read to me if I feel like later doing some cross-stitch and reading this. But yeah, no idea what this is about yet. I will report back. It says a serial killer thriller with nail-biting suspense is what it says at the top. So I am down for this. This sounds great. So that's all the things that I'm currently reading, you guys. All the things. So I will report back tomorrow and let you know what I did read today. Now, I'll actually report back tonight, I should say. Put my Kindle in its little sleeve. So, because I have the pop sockets, sorry, complete side note. Because I have the pop sockets on both my Kindle and my Kobo, that's why I have them in book sleeves. Because they just fit better. Right? There you go. Anyway, my plan for the weekend, because this vlog has been rubbish. I mean, this clip has been 20 minutes, which is great. Years ago, pre-pandemic, on this channel, I used to do a create your own readathon weekend where, I would pick one weekend a month and we would all kind of do our own readathon. Like if your goal was to read 2 books, if your goal was to read 500 pages, if your goal was to finish a single book, whatever your goal was, you had that weekend to kind of participate in this create your own readathon and, kind of to get some reading done, which is kind of what I wanted to do this weekend, starting today. So I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it this weekend. Now, unfortunately, you guys are not going to see this until after it's done. But I think I'm going to do this again in August. So let me know if you guys want to participate. And again, you do your own thing, right? But I think going forward, I'm going to throw themes in there just for fun. Like I'm thinking for August, hold on. Let's just talk about it now. So I've got my computer open here. Let me look at a calendar. The calendar for the month of August. So I'm thinking like maybe the 19th, 20th, and 21st of August. What prompted this is that I know this weekend is Dewey's 24-hour. I don't want to participate in Dewey's 24-hour because I'm not going to read for 24 hours straight, guys. I'm just not. Let's be real. I like sleep and I need to do other things during the day. So I'm thinking August 19th, 20th, and 21st. Let me just write this down. 19th to the 21st. So I will make an announcement a couple weeks beforehand. So you guys will have more information then. Again, it's a create your own. You do your own thing. If you're participating in another readathon, maybe it's the goal to get so many books finished for it, whatever the case may be. But the theme is going to be Dog Days of Summer for August. So, and you can do whatever you want with that. It's the summertime. You're reading books in the summertime. It counts. If you are on the opposite side of the world from us and it is winter for you. You can be reading books thinking about summer, perhaps. It can be books with dogs on the cover or dogs in the story. It can be books that take place in summer. Whatever. I'm going to talk about that in another video down the line in August. But I'm going to do it myself this weekend. And my goal for the weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, is to read 1,000 pages. That's my goal, is to read 1,000 pages over the next 3 days. So I will report back a couple times to make this vlog a little bit more interesting. So I'll report back tonight to let you know how many pages I got read for today. And then I'll just kind of do a check-in tomorrow morning to let you guys know the plans for the day, and then a check-in Saturday night. That's my thought process, you guys. So let's see if we can get some of these books finished before the end of this vlog. That's pretty much my goal. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I gotta go and get ready for work soon, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Friday morning with the Presley cat. He is sitting up in bed, enjoying the beautiful sunshine coming in through the window. The birds are chirping. He's happily purring. Life is good when you're a Presley, isn't it? Yes, it is. Life is good. Hi, friends. Happy Saturday. Today is the 23rd of July, and happy Saturday, everybody. So, coming to you with a very quick little update right now. I got some good reading done yesterday. I finished a book. Yay on that one. So, I will share with you what I finished reading. I'm not going to share with you what I'm currently reading because I talked about all those books yesterday. But my goal for the weekend, for my personal Create Your Own Readathon weekend, to read 1,000 pages in 3 days. So yesterday I read 281 pages, which leaves me with 719 pages to read for the next 2 days, which means I have to read about 360 pages a day. Now, I have nothing to do now. I've recorded a video this morning for my FlossTube channel. Yes, that is going back up. So I will leave a link to that in the description box below in case you guys want to go and check that out. If you want to see more on my crafty stuff, I've been having a lot of requests to go back and do videos over there because I always forget to amalgamate the stuff into here because I'm just talking about the books. So if you want to see my crafty stuff, that is where you're probably going to be best to see it. I am separating it again because it is a different viewership. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, and I've missed doing those videos. So yesterday, like I said, I read 281 pages. I'm very, very happy with that. Nothing else to do today. I am going into a live show in about a half an hour. So I need to get my FlossTube video, like, edited, and then I can export it later. And I'm very excited about that. And, yeah. So yesterday, I finished reading Off the Chain by Janice Thompson. I ended up giving it 2.5 stars, you guys. I did not love this book. So I talked about this one before. Now, this is a cozy mystery book. And at first I was like, okay, this is fun. And then I noticed that it started to get very religious. And I think I mentioned this in a previous clip that I didn't know that. Now, I should have. That's on me because the publisher for this is a Christian publisher. Duh. That should have been a big tip-off clue. But regardless, it did have religion in it, but it wasn't overwhelming, but you did definitely notice it. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, it was definitely something that was noticeable. And for those of that faith, might really like that aspect of this book. There is one thing that happens towards the end that I didn't personally love, but then I had to think to myself that this is really meant for a Christian audience. So they're going to have a different takeaway from this than I am, right? And that thing is essentially that the one character... So, okay, let me back up. I've mentioned what this book is about before, that it is about our main girl by the name of Mary, short for Marigold, who works as a vet tech at a veterinarian's office. This takes place in Texas, very conservative Texas. And she wants to open a dog rescue, and the vet office that she works at, somebody breaks the front window, steals the computer. That's the mystery, by the way, you guys. That was my biggest issue with this book. That was the mystery. Now, I am all for having a cozy mystery without a murder. I think that, like, if it's a cold case or a missing person, but make the stakes a little bit higher than a broken window and a stolen computer. Feels very juvenile to me, right? Like, it wasn't enough to make you want to keep, like, oh my God, like, who broke the window? Oh, how in heavens to Betsy, how are we ever going to find out? You know what I mean? Like, now, there is another issue in the story with this one, I think she's a vet tech at the office, who has an abusive ex. So that is definitely a tread lightly part of the story, but you know who he is. There's no mystery. Now, it's did he break this window and steal the computer? He's one of the suspects because he is an abusive ex, which is understandable. There's also this mean, crotchety old man who, like, he's a CPA, a certified public accountant, who works behind the vet's office, and he's very angry that the dogs are there and the dogs are always barking and blah, 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 blah. So that's the cozy mysteries, Marigold trying to figure this out. And it just fell so flat for me because there was little to no mystery. The characters, like Marigold herself, was just a little, like, she was in love with the vet. I think his name was Trevor. I want to say it was Trevor. Trevor, Tyler, started with a T. I think it was Trevor. And she kept going on and on and on about how wonderful he was. And he was so wonderful with animals. It was so great that he loved animals. Well, yeah, he's a veterinarian. I'm hoping he's going to be an animal lover. Like, she was amazed that he loved animals. Yes. How is that amazing? Yeah, he's a vet. And she, wants to get this rescue started. And she just recently lost her mom like 6 months ago. And she finds this dog, and the dog on the cover of the book. And anyway, I'm not explaining it very well, mainly because I felt like the story didn't go anywhere, to be honest. She rescues the dog, someone breaks into the vet's office, a bunch of random stuff happens, they find out who broke into the vet's office, the story was over. That's the story. Like, that, I'm not trying to be mean, but that was the story. Like, it was boring. It was boring, to be completely honest. So, am I going to continue with book 2? Book 2 has not been released yet or mentioned yet or anything. If book 2 comes out, I will give it a try, because this might have just been first book, whatever. Now, this is not the author's first book. She wrote an entire series. I was talking about it last night with Storm over at Storm Reads while we were in a live show. And she wrote, like, this whole wedding, and Storm really liked them. So maybe that's like her bread and butter, or more like a Christian contemporary romance. I might try those. So maybe this is like her first mystery and she wasn't really sure where to go with it. We shall see. I'm not judging yet. Let me at least get a second book in before I make a final decision. And if I really don't like book 2, then at that point I wave the white flag and say I'm done. So yeah, lots of reading plans for today. I decided to put down The Lost Ones by Marnie, I'll flash the cover up here. Marnie Riches. Mainly because I got like a chapter into it and it's really brutal. Like, the very beginning was really brutal. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. This is like a little too much for me right now. So I put that one down. I will get back to it another time. But I am continuing on with Always Be My Duchess, the Pretty Woman retelling. And I want to finish today the Nancy Drew book. Wings of Fear, because I am almost done. I am so close, you guys. Like, I can finish that in about 20 minutes or so. So my plan is to finish this book today. And I also want to finish Colton's Dangerous Liaison today. So those are my goals, are to finish this and the Colton book. And then hopefully I'll have those 2 books to share with you tomorrow. Reviews for anyway. Can I get the Duchess book done as well? We shall see. Fingers crossed. So anyway, you guys, I just want to jump on with a quick clip. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi friends, happy Sunday. Today is the 24th of July. I should not have had to think about that. Today is my wedding anniversary. 12 years today. So yay on that. No idea what we're doing later. Probably dinner or something. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Anyway, it's early on Sunday morning. It's like 7:30. Yeah, it's almost 8. What am I saying? It's almost 8 a.m. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but Bernard is right there. Right by my laptop. So I am here with an update, you guys. I do not have an exact page count for my 1,000-page weekend personal reading goal. I think I'm over 500 pages. So I have a lot of reading to do today, but I plan on not doing too much. Laptop, maybe some I'll be participating in some reading sprints during the day with the Killing Time with Cozy's group, like on Discord, but spending some time with my husband, stuff like that. So yeah, but I finished a book yesterday, you guys. So I finished Wings of Fear by Carolyn Keene. This is the 13th book in the Nancy Drew Files series. So in this one, Nancy heads to Seattle. Her old high school friend, who's now a flight attendant, has contacted her, and some guy was killed, and there's potentially smuggling going on. This one was quite good. I gave it 3.5 stars. I liked it. It was a fun read. I do get a laugh, though, at the cover, because that guy right there, I think I mentioned this before, looks way too happy about that plane crashing out of the sky. So there is a really good scene at the end where there is an incident with the plane. Now, this was written back in 1987, so well before 9/11. I mean, nothing terrorist happens in here, but the fact that a bomb goes off on a plane in this book, I don't know, post 9/11, I mean, it's been, heck, I mean, 1987, that's a long, long time ago, right? So, yeah, anyway, I enjoyed it. So I also thought that I would show you guys some mail that I got yesterday. Oh, reading-wise today, I want to finish my Harlequin Anticipated Reads book that I've been reading for far too long. I want to finish Colton's Dangerous Liaison. I still haven't gotten that done. Hi, Bernard. And I also want to finish Always Be My Duchess. So those are kind of my goals for today. We shall see. But I did get some book mail yesterday. I ordered these bookmarks from SJ Wonderlands. They're my favorite. She's my favorite bookmark person. So I got this one. It says, "Sunny days are for reading new books." Absolutely love that. And this is just a paper bookmark. And then these ones are coated. They're meant to be Beach Reads bookmarks. So they're a little, I don't know if you can tell, but they are a little bit shiny. Can you see that? That they're shinier? Yeah, you see that? So they're coated. So they're meant to be something that you could have, not something that you would submerge in water, but if you were sitting by the pool and it got a little splashed, it would be fine, right? So I got two. One says, upside down, one says Beach Read, and I love that very much. And then the other one is just this really pretty, like, design with, like, books and a hat and sunglasses and some sunscreen and your tropical, your iced coffee maybe right there. So yeah, so there you can kind of see the glare, as opposed to this one, which is definitely just a matte, paper, right? So yeah, so that came in the mail yesterday. So just wanted to show you guys that, talk about the book real quick. I will jump on before the end of the day to give you guys my final page count. Or it might be first thing tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. We shall see how much reading I get done and when I get a chance to sit down and talk to you guys again today. But yeah, that is it. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Hi, friends. It is later on Sunday. It is about, what time is it? About 4:15. And I have had a very lazy day. I've been doing some cross stitch. I have been doing reading sprints over on the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord group, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah, that's my cross stitch I've been working on for those of you who follow me or will be following me as I get back up and running my FlossTube channel. You'll be seeing all the main progress for my crafting stuff over there. But yeah, so I finished 2 books so far today, you guys. I'm hoping for a third. So the one book I can't share with you because it is one for the Harlequin Anticipated Reads vlog. You will see that video, or you are going to see that one at the end of this week. I think the last day of the month is the day that I have it set to go up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm very excited about that. And the other book that I finished was Colton's Dangerous Liaison by Regan Black. This is the first book in the Coltons of Grave Gulch series. It is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel. And I ended up giving this book 4 stars. So it took me a while to get into this one. I mean, this one took me about 10 days to read. It should not have taken me that long. Once I really started reading it and getting into it, I flew through it. Like, I think it took me like 8 days to get through the first half of the book and then like 2 days to get through the second half of the book. So my issue with this one was, and I did end up giving it 4 stars, so at the end it really redeemed itself to me, is that the relationship between Melissa and Antonio wasn't there. And I talked about this, I think, in a previous clip, how it's like all of a sudden, like, bam, they're in a relationship. I just didn't see it. Like, it was way more suspense than romance. I did really like the writing. I ended up really liking their relationship, really liking the characters. There is a mystery murder, some guys, being looked at for murder aspect in this book. It's not a surprise. It's not like you're trying to find out who the murderer is. You know who he is. He's on the lam, so you're trying to catch him. There's a couple of different murders actually going on in this book. There's one that Antonio was accused of like a year earlier, and he felt he was mishandled by the police department, and that's why he has a beef with the police department. And of course, Melissa is the chief of police. And then there's another murder that is kind of also happening, or that had already happened, and Melissa's investigating it. So it kind of looks like, let's say that there was some mishandling by the police department with some things. So yeah, anyway, at the end of the day, I know I'm being very vague with this one and but I know I talked about it in a previous clip, and I don't want to go back over all the things that I already talked about. So yeah, but anyway, what am I still reading? So I am still listening to Always Be My Duchess, and I am about halfway through that one, so I'm hoping to get some more read of that today. And I did start, I'm already 42% of the way through When Love Dies by Francine Pascal, which is the 12th book in the Sweet Valley High series. That's the other one I hope to get done today. So if I get that one done today, I will pop back on here and talk about that. I am, as of right now, with all the pages that I've read, I think I'm almost at 600 pages for the last 3 days, and my goal was 1,000. I'm not going to hit the 1,000. As I'm not getting 400 pages read in the next, it's 4 o'clock. I'll probably be going to bed at 10. So that's still 6 hours, but I'm going to be eating dinner, spending time with my husband, watching some television. It's not all just going to be sitting here with my nose buried in a book. So I'm not going to get those final 400 pages. It was a lofty goal, but it was a goal. So maybe for the next one, I'll say 500 pages or something like that. So anyway, yeah, so that is it, guys. I will check back in with you again in a little bit. Bye. Hi, friends. It is Sunday night, and it is just before 10 p.m. I hope you can hear me. Everybody else in the house is pretty much gone to sleep. I am going to sit up and read for a little bit before I go to bed, but I wanted to finish off the vlog because that way I don't forget to do it in the morning. Because I do want to go to the gym tomorrow and stuff like that first thing in the morning. So anyway, I don't know also if you can hear the rain. We have a massive thunderstorm happening right now. It's supposed to stop around 1 o'clock in the morning, but it is loud outside. You can hear the rain hitting the roof and the wind, and they're saying hail and lightning and thunder and the whole kit and caboodle. So anyway, I hope we don't lose power tonight. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's nighttime, but still, sucks to lose power. So I didn't finish anything else today. I got about halfway through the Sweet Valley High book that I had said that I had started, When Love Dies by Francine Pascal. So I am about halfway through this one, a little over halfway through it. If I laid here for the next half hour, I could probably finish this, but it is what it is. I am also still listening to Always Be My Duchess by Amelia Howard, I think is how you say her name. Picture, of course, will be up here. I am hoping to get this one done tomorrow. That's kind of my goal. But I thought I would give you guys my my little wrap up, my weekly wrap up, as I like to do in these videos. So bear with just a second. I'm on my trusty Kindle Fire here. So I finished 5 books this week, you guys. So, first one, it was, of course, Lending a Paw by Laurie. I gave this book 4 stars. Book 1 in the A Bookmobile Cat Mystery series, and I listened to it on audio, narrated by Aaron Bennett. Then I finished Off the Chain by Janice Thompson. I gave that one 2.5 stars. Did not love that book. Book 1 in the Gone to the Dog series. Thank you very much to NetGalley and Barbor Books. which is a Christian book publisher, for the e-arc copy of this book for me to read and review. I did listen to it on audio, and it was narrated by Brooke Hoover. And then I read Wings of Fear by Carolyn Keene. I gave this one 3.5 stars. Book number 13 in the Nancy Drew Files series. Then today I finished Colton's Dangerous Liaison by Regan. I gave it 4 stars. Book number 1 in the Coltons of Grave Gulch series, and this is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel published in January of 2021, and it is number 2120 in that line. And then I also finished, and I think the rain just stopped. Weird. Very weird. Now I feel like I have to be quieter. Anyway, the last book that I finished this week is the one that I did not review because it is for the Harlequin vlog, which will be out at the end of the month, and that is Hidden Ranch Peril by Michelle Alexson, I think. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars, and it is a love-inspired suspense, and it's from August of 2022. That's the publication date, and it's number 980 in that line. So yeah, so that is it, you guys. Sounds like the rain is starting back up again. I'm gonna read for a bit and then go to bed. Tomorrow is Monday, and a new vlog will be starting. Videos coming next week to the channel. On Tuesday, I have the bingo numbers. The TBR bingo numbers will be coming out, that very, very short, like 2-minute long video. On Wednesday, I am hosting reading sprints. I'm pretty sure it's my week to host. Yeah, because I think Tiffany was last Wednesday, so my turn to host this Wednesday. So that'll be me, Storm, Tiffany, and I think Lee from Dark Roots Creations as well. On Thursday will be my TBR for the month of August, so yay, TBR time, everybody. And then on Saturday will be the vlog I've been talking about all month. The Harlequin Anticipated Reads vlog is going to go up on either Saturday or Sunday. It might be, I think it's Sunday. I think it's the last day of the month. I think that's going to be my goal going forward, is to put those videos out on the last day of the month. So we shall see how that goes. But anyway, guys, that is all that I have for this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Questions, comments, anything in the comment section below. Please reach out to me. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.